I'm so fat. Do you know how I could lose weight?
Could you?
I'm really fat. I need to lose like 30 pounds, 40 pounds even. I should be like 180 and I'm like 215. It's ridiculous. Oh, I don't know what that is in kilograms. How much do you weigh?
About 74.5 kilograms. I think it's double to get
Double?
pounds. Yeah, I think if you multiply by 2.
74 kg. It's wow, you're really skinny. How tall are you?
183.
183, 1.83 meters.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that would be, you're tall. That means really tall and really skinny. Damn. So we're the same height. Yeah, we're the same height, except for I'm like, yeah. What did you say? How many kilograms? 74?
Yeah.
Dude, you are like, no, it can't be right. I think you should weigh yourself. There's no way. There's no way. You would be like this. You cannot be 6 feet and 160 pounds. That's nuts. Do you fast a lot?
Do I what? Fast
Do
a
you
lot?
fast? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the amount of aggression that I'm getting from you. In the past. I'm going backwards now to the past.
Uh-huh. C'est okay. Beautiful dog. Yeah, and how do you feel about it now?
I feel sad that Ben and Shafani are not here. Because maybe they would support me, or I would feel supported in some way. But I'm also glad now coming into the present, I'm glad to work with you one-on-one.
I'm glad to you here. I'm also sad, Ben. Chiffonier on the day.
But I guess I'm mostly sad that I'm not able to receive, what's going on for you. It it seems like there's some stuff that you're saying that I'm not able to hear. Maybe that's what's going on.
That probably was, but I'm wondering what wants to be heard from you or from me now.
Well, for me, it's always the same. I want to play the joining game or the difference game. I want to work to slow down our back and forth and to try and understand each other with more clarity. So maybe how about this? I'm gonna offer to Game Master for 15 minutes as a offer of, you know, to kind of kick it off what I want of how I of what I envision.
I consider myself as game master. I mean, holding the space for this call. And I feel a little bit reluctant of giving up that role and you game mastering.
Okay.
But I hear that you want to slow down and go deep and connect.
Well, yeah, I would like to connect with myself. And now that I know that you're the game master, that helps me a lot. So I'm just gonna get centered. Yeah, so it's good that you told me.
Ben is coming in.
Yeah, I knew he would be here as soon as he was able to. He's
Hi,
a
Ben.
good guy.
I'm playing the game master, holder of the space. Not very clear about how it's going to be led, but Chaim has the floor and is centering himself. Welcome. I'm glad you're here, Ben.
You're not very clear.
What was that? I had to step away.
What did you say, Ben?
I said I heard you say something to me, but I had to step away, so I didn't hear what you were saying.
I said I'm playing game master, holder of the space. There's not a fully defined ways of how I'm going to do it. And Chaim has the floor, is centering himself, and he just asked me if I'm not clear with how I'm going to do it. So yes. So Chaim has the floor. Cannot see your eyes, Ben. Just for info. I'd love to see them.
Okay, I'm starting to feel anxious and confused. Anyone else?
Chaim, do you want to work with me a bit?
Okay.
Are you willing to breathe with your anxiety and make space for whatever is important for you, and find out maybe more clarity around what would be supporting what's important to you? Or you can just, yeah, maybe trust that, knowing that maybe some other people are joining in anxiety might help enough.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear from everyone else before I make a lot of statements.
Mm. So you're saying that you want to more having a sense of where people are, and is it the anxiety coming from you not knowing?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Yeah, because I want to play the joining game, but um I have a mind read that you and Ben don't. And so that just creates a lot of confusion and anxiety for me.
Mm. You have a negative prediction that somewhere will be nowhere of you getting what you want to get, something like that?
Yeah, I don't want to do it on my own. I don't want to be doing my own thing. I want to do something together. But maybe that's too much to ask.
So you want to do something together that would work for you and for us?
Right. The thing that I want to do, I can't just do it on my own while you're doing something different. I think it really it needs a team effort. So that's why I want to hear from the rest of you to see where you're at.
Mm. So are you saying that you there's some fear in you that you might be asking more than we can?
Um, Not more than you can, but more than is possible. It's not about you or Ben, but maybe I just won't. Maybe I just can't accept that I have to do whatever is right for me. Even when others are doing something different. Maybe I can't wait for other people to join me and support me. Yeah.
And so do you want to explore more? What is it you want to do?
Yeah. I think I just explored a little bit, and I want to make space for the rest for you and Ben, or for Ben. So yeah, but I can answer your question. I want to get in touch with myself, and I want to work to resolve conflict and clarify communication, in order to better our lives and my life. And I really want a project. I want something that's exciting and ongoing, that will give us life, excitement, life. Something that's maybe difficult, but also enlivening and enthusiastic, invigorating. I'm looking at you, Remy.
Hi, Chaim.
Anyone else?
Well, I'm willing to say where I'm at because Chaim was saying he was curious where everybody was at.
I missed your first word, Ben.
I
Ben, can you reflect me?
I could reflect you, Chaim, if you want. I'm not sure what Ben wants to do.
No, it's fine. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, we'll reflect you, Chaim. You were saying that you want to be doing something that everybody's a part of. You don't want to be doing something that you're doing that everybody else isn't doing. And what you want is um,
Well, I think you got me. I think that was the main thing. It seems like what really mattered to me stuck with you. So I'm glad about that.
yeah, I'm disappointed that Remy left my group today. That's the main thing that I'm feeling being here. And it seemed needless to me. It's like we had one little conflict and Remy immediately jumped ship and left the group. Seems like needless waste of a good group.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Can you say anyone else when you're done? I
Uh,
mean, it just helps me to know because I want to reflect you. So it helps me to know like what's going on. So yeah, but I want to reflect you if that's okay.
yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, so I hear that you're upset that Remy left your group over a needless cause, and it was a small little conflict, and you feel it's a waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like this is a real opportunity. First of all, I'm looking at your neck, so I'm not able to see you, but I think this is a great opportunity for us to work together. Like, you know, like, I mean, I just feel like it's an opportunity to work together now, you know, rather than worrying about the online spaces. What is the conflict that's right now? As we, you know, there's this, I'm not a member of any groups. You know, Remy keeps leaving groups, and you know, Ben, you know, so there's something happening. Why don't we just address it now rather than leaving and coming and going and creating new groups? And so my solution is, you know, following in the tradition of James, is to, you know, create some subgroups and create a little bit of order so that we can do that here, right now. So yeah, so I'm glad you brought that up, and I would like to address it today. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'm feeling really despondent because this is a situation where I can only talk to Chaim, and Remy's holding himself back again. He seems to keep creating situations where he's sort of like held back in one way or another. And, you know, there's no room for communication and dialogue with him.
It seems that you have a mind read, Ben. Do you want to check it?
It's not a mind read, it's an observation of your behavior.
I heard that you have a mind read that you assume that you cannot talk with me. I'm talking to you right now, so it's not an observation. It's not a fact.
Well, I didn't know you were willing to talk because I said something that was directed primarily at you, and you let Chaim sort of intervene.
Yeah, that's why it seemed to me you had a mind read, and I checked if you wanted, ask if you wanted to check it. Maybe Mawala. Anyway, what, do you want to work with me now?
What do you mean by work with you?
What?
What do you mean by work with you?
Engage.
Yeah, I want to engage with you, yeah.
Well, I'm here. I'm listening.
No.
Do I'm not sure myself how I want to engage with you, Ben, but by trying to be as present as I can. I'm wondering if there's something you want me to hear from you, or if there's a question, something you would like to hear from me.
Yeah, why did you leave?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. As soon as I have a clear answer, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
It was more painful than I was willing to cope with. You not being present. It seemed you were not available to engage in the group, and the silence and what I experienced as disruption from what I was sharing in a space that was precious to me felt so disrespectful for what I needed that it felt way more respectful to leave the space. You want to say what you heard me say, Ben?
Okay. So, you were in a lot of pain in the group, and the silence that nobody was responding to you was causing you pain. And you felt like you weren't getting your need for respect met by being in a group with me. So you left as a way to meet your need for respect.
Yeah, not only the silence, but the fact that I felt that you were attacking something that I was addressing in my space, the way I was doing it, felt even more painful and damaging to what I was trying to build up.
Oh, right. So you were trying to build something up, and it felt like what I said was a bit of put a bit of a dampener on it. And
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Well, that wasn't my intention, Remy.
Can I point something out?
No,
No?
no.
As Game Master, Chaim, I would say not yet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe you, Ben. And that's why I'm happy to be here engaging with you right now when you can tell me this. But earlier, you were not there, and the silence was too painful.
Yeah.
So I think you got me.
Okay. So will you come back to the group?
I could, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Is there anything else you want to explore? Say anyone else or engage with someone else or with something else?
No, I feel satisfied knowing that you could come back to the group. That's really good news for me. I'm really happy about that because I was valuing you being in that group a lot. I really want you to be there. You know, I like what you bring to the group, and I wish you brought yourself more to that group. But I don't want to put pressure on you to do that.
Thank you. I was starting to feel a bit of pressure, so I'm glad you said you don't want to put pressure on me. That helped me see that I was putting myself pressure, and I could let it go. I also appreciate that you appreciate what I bring, and I don't know how I could bring more to the group than what I'm doing. So yeah, I don't want to put pressure on myself to bring more.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I'd really appreciate if you did is if you just checked in how you were doing, like, you know, every now and then. Like, you know, sometimes in the old group, you used to take a picture of the lake where you were at and say, you know, sort of what you were doing. And it's just a couple of sentences, but I sort of felt a bit of connection with you.
Mm.
You were doing that.
Thank you. That helps me getting clear around what you'd like me to do that I could do.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm thinking of Chaim, wondering if if you're open to make space for him, Ben, or if there's more you want to say.
Yeah, I'm open to that now. Yeah.
Thanks, Ben. I'm glad we engaged as we did.
Me too.
So, Chaim, let's space if you want to engage, or anyone else wants to add anything, we could make some silence, and first one who wants to bring something can.
Yeah, I'm just playing with the curiosity about what Chaim was going to say earlier. And I'm kind of realizing that I would like to hear it, but I'm not actually that bothered if I don't hear it because I think it'll probably be difficult to hear in some way or another.
I had so many I had so many different thoughts. The one thing that I couldn't contain was that it seems like both of you were upset by the same thing, and it was beautiful to see you both coming to recognize Ben was upset because Remy fell silent and left, and Remy was upset because he felt silenced and neglected. So, but there was many other things. Yeah, I think Remy was right. Ben did have a mind read, or but really that's not really the point. I think Ben was feeling hurt, and Ben also I can see it feels it feels to me like I mean I'm feeling quite angry because it feels like Ben is committed to undermining any efforts that we have to try and do something coherent. And at the same time, I'm realizing that I was never invited to Ben's group, and I that's not an oversight. Um, so I guess we have a long way to go. You know, we keep talking about working together, but meanwhile, um, we can barely even agree to talk, not to talk over each other.
You crack me up sometimes.
Yeah, so I guess where I'm at is, well, Remy, could you reflect, or Ben, could you reflect me?
Yeah, I'll reflect you. Um, you saw that me and Remy were both affected by the same issue on some level, and you felt touched by that, and and you notice that you've never been invited to my group, and you don't think that's an oversight, and you're thinking there's a lot of talk about working together, but I can't remember the antithesis to that. But also, you're angry at me because I seem to be undermining any kind of effort of the group to do anything coherent.
Did Ben miss something essential? Right?
No. So I want to add one more thing. Where I'm at now is that, thank you, Ben, for reflecting. Where I'm at now is that I really want to make a group, and I want to take responsibility for it. And I don't want to be pointing or blaming others. So I really, yeah, I'm really getting tired. I'm thinking of that day a few weeks ago when Remy yelled at me. And I'm getting tired of focusing on others. rather than doing what I want to do. So, yeah, so I guess I'm a little bit confused. But maybe it's, I guess it's my mind reads that are doing me in. Like, if I, you know, like, there's, I guess I guess I can do most stuff on my own anyway. And
Chaim, you said one more point and you've gone on for ages.
okay, fine. Okay, I'm done. Anyone else?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there's something about Chaim talking about wanting to start a group all the time and contrasting that with the fact that me and Remy have actually started groups and he's the only one who doesn't actually have a group at the moment. It seems slightly absurd to me.
Ben, I'm would like to check if Chaim is able to take in what you're bringing without feeling too trapped. Is that okay for you if I check?
Mm-hmm.
Chaim, is that okay for you to follow Ben, or
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
lacking?
I would like for him to ask first before bringing in a difference. He obviously has a different position.
So
It's not a difference. I'm saying the same thing that you are, Chaim.
well, it seems that it doesn't land like the same thing to Chaim at this moment, Ben. So I'm wondering what criteria we could use to decide what we do next at this point. Do you have any idea, guys? I'm feeling, vulnerable and aware that you bring something sensitive, Ben, and I'm guessing it's sensitive for Chaim too. So I think it's sensitive for all of us, and so I'm wondering what could be tender and supporting of where
It's
we
like
all
it's
are.
like sometimes it's like a seesaw. It's like a yo-yo with Ben. Sometimes I feel like everything is possible, and
Ben,
we could.
Chaim, could you hold on just a sec, or is it too much to hold on?
And then other times it feels like it's impossible. Like he's just a petulant child, and
Chaim,
there's no way to rely
would you
on
say
him.
would you say what you heard me say?
Yeah, Remy, you're asking the group for suggestions about how to move forward from this impasse.
Yeah, I'm saying I think we all in a sensitive place, you, Ben, and I'm wondering what could be tender enough to support us to build on
Right.
where,
Right.
from
I
where we
already
are, rather
said.
than increasing.
I
So I'm asking for
so
criteria.
first, yeah, I appreciate you stopping him because and me because I noticed right away it's a difference. And so I think that the simple solution is just to ask consent first before bringing in a difference, and definitely don't call people absurd.
I didn't call you absurd, Chaim. I said it struck me as absurd, the situation.
So what I have a criteria, which is you have 2 minutes, guys, to fight, to say whatever you want to say to each other. And after 2 minutes, we pause, we breathe, and we see where we are. Go.
I'm listening, Ben.
Good. No, I don't have anything to say. I don't want to fight.
Of course you don't. As soon as we go back to non-fighting, then you're gonna fight. He's like a negation machine. Whatever you say, he's gonna do the opposite. It actually makes it very easy to manipulate him. All you have to do is suggest the opposite of what you want, and then you can always get your way. Yeah, and so Ben, I keep on saying the same thing. I'm not interested in online spaces. First of all, I did just start a group on Telegram, but that's not, each of us have our own groups. That's a failure. That's a sign of the failure, that each of us has to have our own groups. We can't work together in one space.
Yeah, but if we had one space, we would
Also,
own it.
it's also not about the online spaces. The work
Yeah,
to be done.
if we had one,
The work to be done is the work that we're doing right here, right now. Texting spaces is not nowhere close to the kind of work that we're doing here. And if you don't see that, then we have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, but if we had one space, who would own it? That's the thing. We've all got separate spaces.
Like I
that we all
said,
own.
that's why I don't care about that texting. What I care about is this. And you can't even agree to have to reflect or anything. This is where the real work is done. Texting spaces is where to send a link for where to meet.
Okay, it's been 2 minutes. Time to breathe. I suggest we center a bit. Breathe simply.
That turned into 2 minutes of Chaim abusing me.
Say anyone else when you're done, Ben.
I'm
Is that
done.
okay for you? Okay. Do you want to reflect, Ben, Chaim, or would you rather I do it?
Yeah, Ben, that was two minutes of me abusing you. Is that right?
Yeah.
I have a difference. Are you ready for my difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't I believe when you play back the recording, you'll see that I was not abusing you in the slightest. I'm trying to support our relationship and our ability to work together. And my feeling is that the live calls are what matters, and that's it. And I want to give my full attention to the live calls, and the online spaces are a distraction in my view. What matters to me is the structure that we use to dialogue. Anyone else?
Yeah, so you value the online calls a lot more than you value the text spaces.
Yeah, and what matters to me is the structure and the format that we use to dialogue. That's what really supports us and nurtures us.
What really works for you is the structure and is investing in the structure and dialogue that we use.
Yep, you got me.
Well, I do value the online spaces, especially voice notes. I've been talking a lot with Celeste in online space and text spaces and using voice notes a lot. And I feel closer to her as a result. And I feel like we've had some meaningful conversation.
I think I'm hearing a little bit like a difference what you're bringing, Ben, and I'd like to check if Chaim has space to hear it.
Yeah, thank you, Remy. That is definitely a difference.
Do you have space to hear more, or do you would like to go back to what you were saying?
No, it's just gonna make me bring in attack him.
You're saying no to what? I'm not sure.
I don't I would like somebody to join me.
Okay.
Well, does only mean you here, Chaim, and I'm not joining you.
Sorry, Ben, I'm confused what you said. What you said again?
I said to Chaim, there's only me and him here, and I'm not joining him.
Remy, I saw you nodding.
You saw me what, Chaim?
I saw you nodding your head when I was talking. Does that mean that you're in agreement with me about the importance of dialogue?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So that's good. See, I wanna I'm now feeling moved to attack Ben because he brought in his difference, right? So now the natural response is to say, oh, that's, you know, Celeste and Ben are two people who are afraid of
Chaim,
contact, hiding behind texting. That's what happens.
Can you hold back? Can we
Yeah.
take just 10 seconds of breathing? I'm not sure what we're doing now. Okay, guys, is that okay if I try to say what I understood we are at? Ben? Are you with us or did you leave? Seems we left Ben. We lose Ben. We lost. Hi, Ben. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Is that okay, guys, if I tell you what I understood happened and then decide together what we want to do next?
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
Okay. Chaim, no objection?
No.
Okay. So what I understood is that Chaim wants to be heard on where he really wants to invest in energy and time, that in his expense supports dialogue, and that's the calls that we're having like right now. And he prefers chat and to serve getting appointments, to have calls and dialogue in real time. And I understood that Ben find values in chatting and sending voice notes, and that it supports his need for connection and building up relationships and a sense of a group and belonging. And it seems that there is some places where it feels painful for Chaim and Ben, And I'm wondering if the group wants to explore and get more clarity around what's being informed and what still needs to be said here, or if there's something else the group wants to do.
I want to
Well,
point out that I was joining Chaim in a way because he was talking about what sorts of online spaces work for him, and I was talking about what sorts of online spaces work for me.
that's really disingenuous. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
So
I-
you're not believing Ben? Is that what you're saying, Chaim?
Right. And I
Okay, so
I
how do you feel not believing Ben?
yeah, I feel like I don't trust Ben, and it's hard to be in a space with someone who I don't trust.
Do you want to make space for the difficulty you feel right now being in a space where there's a lack of trust with someone who's here for you? Ben,
Yeah.
are you willing to say what you heard Chaim say through this silence that just happened?
Yeah, he said he was feeling a lack of trust towards me.
Can you guess some feelings you might feel or something?
Maybe apprehensive.
Do you feel Ben got it? Got you, Chaim?
Yeah. I mean, not apprehensive, but frustrated and frustrated.
Frustrated, you said?
Yeah.
Like very frustrated?
Yeah. Everything I try, um yeah, he just, that's why I didn't want you to take care of him yesterday, because if that happens, then he's just pulling us around by the nose. So, but yeah, so like I have to stand on my own. I have to know what I want, but I want to work with him the same way he said, that he wants to work with me, and he has goodwill towards me. It's the same. I feel the same way, except for that every time, no matter what I do, he's always just bringing in differences. Like, it's as
Can
if
I
he's
join? Can
committed.
I join you, Chaim?
He's committed to undermining any cooperation. Yeah, sorry, what's that, Remy?
I'm wondering if I could join you.
Yeah.
I think what I'm hearing is that you're expressing pain and frustration and discouragement around all your attempts to connect and work in an alliance that would be building up and taking care of what's important to you and to all of us with Ben. And you had experiences many times that instead of experiencing some kind of a joy or solidarity, you felt deceived and unable to understand where Ben was coming from at a point that you really lost connection and trust. Did I get it?
Yeah, it feels like he's trying to undermine any cooperation.
So it's like more than once, if not systematically, you had the impression that what he said or did could really be done by someone whose intention was to destroy your attempt to build up something.
Yes.
And that feels scary and hurtful and
Yes.
tiring.
Yes.
Okay, and so where I can join is that I had similar experiences with you, Chaim, at times. I had a similar experience with Ben today as well. And that's why I left the group, Ben's group. And yeah, I had similar experience with you, Chaim, too. So it's like, I'm curious, is there something we could do? Because I think you mentioned something yesterday. You said what's lacking is mutual understanding. And I agree. I think there is some things that are happening that at some point made it possible to not understand each other and to assume that the other one wants to kill what we're trying to do. And I join with how much painful and tiring and exhausting and disheartening it feels when that happens. Whether it's you, Chaim, or Ben, or anyone else. I had similar experience with Corinne when I was with her, so it's a very common experience for me. That sometimes there's so much disconnection or misunderstanding that it seems that the other is an enemy of what I'm trying to build up.
Exactly.
And in those moments, it's so painful I could scream, and sometimes I did. And I yelled at you, for example, like yesterday.
So yeah, so my mind reads.
Just for clarity, I was joining you, so I'm feeling vulnerable here, and I'd like some space to check what is it I want to do next, and I'm not. So if that's okay for you to breathe with me, and Ben, I don't know if you're still with me too. I'd love if you guys can breathe with me. So from there, I'm really interested in how we can build up and move on and support mutual understanding, kind of, if not completely destroy any images we might have about each other. I'm really interested in knowing what we can do. And I'd love, I'm wondering if anyone else wants also what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Do you want to reflect what you heard?
Yeah, I definitely hear that, and I resonate with the hostility and the mind reads that we contribute to a conflict to make it much worse, and that if we were able to turn that down, then we might be able to work with what's actually going on for the other person, and in a much better way.
I felt you got me and reflected me and joined me, so thanks.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's, I mean, it's really good. I don't know if it's possible. But I think it's a worthy goal. It is really easy for me to go into mind reads about Ben, for instance. And then that just completely diverts me. So so I don't know. I guess what I need to do is stay connected to myself, listen, in other words, not forget what I want, and then also make sure, that I'm listening to what the other person wants, rather than to my own mind reads about what they want.
We are -2 minutes before the end time scheduled, and I'm wondering, guys, if you want to prolong a bit or complete in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I want to prolong a bit because I feel like I missed the first half an hour, so I'm feeling like I'm missing out a little bit.
And then there will be many times when I'll just, remove the person or remove myself and say, there's no, this person is too different. Nothing for me to do here.
Mhm.
But at least I should know the truth about what they want, rather than my own hostile mind reads. Anyone else?
I'm up for going for another 16 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, unless you want to go too, Ben.
No.
Okay. Yeah, Chaim, I heard that you appreciate the understanding you're getting, that sometimes believing your mind reads, your unchecked mind reads about people sometimes makes it easy. And you're not talking only about you. I think you're talking about us as human beings, including your experience with Ben sometimes, that we follow our mind reads, believing them without checking them, and that leads us sometimes to withdraw from interactions and relationships. And you would like to find ways to make it easier to connect more clearly with what people really wants, rather than what we think they want or what we think they don't want.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
I wonder how I could invite people like Ben to be completely honest. Just, don't do it for me. Don't rebel against what you think I want, and don't join with what you think I want. Just, what is it that you want, with it nothing to do with me? And then I can make my decision.
So now I was wondering if I had the floor, and I was not sure I wanted to take it, realizing that it kind of it made it hard to hold the role of game mastering and going to sharing more. And then Chaim, you added something, so I'm guessing I'm back to game mastering and working with you. You just added something.
No, that's okay. You can go.
What did you hear me say?
I heard that you're trying to clarify what your role is at the moment.
Yeah, more precise, I was trying to clarify what feels more aligned with where I am. And I'm a bit confused because you added something and I'm not sure if you want a reflection or if the group wants
No,
something.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, it seemed to me that you added something important about what you notice sometimes happening in dynamic with Ben. And I'm not fully clear I got it. I don't know if, but it seems important. Maybe that's not the moment. Maybe you don't want to explore it more now, and that's okay if you don't. Do you know what you want?
I want to hear from you.
What do you want to hear from me?
How can you and I work together?
Right now?
Right now.
Yeah, I like the question. How can you and I work together right now?
What about me? Can I work together too?
Who are you asking that, Ben?
I was asking the group.
You want to work with the group?
Yeah.
Welcome.
So we all want to know how can we work together? That's great.
Yeah, I love it. Do you have any?
I have an idea. I think it would help me if I could see you, Ben. Thanks.
Do you know how you want to work, Ben? With the group?
Yeah. I want to work with loving kindness. I want to work in harmony. Let's all hold hands together and take a trip out to the sea.
Cute.
Yeah. Shall we breathe a moment of silence just to check ourselves and see we get clarity about what we want to do next? I'm going to take a breath. So we have another 9 minutes. We agreed on what do we want to do with those minutes? We don't have to know. I'm just asking. Nobody has to answer that.
I want to tell Chaim something. Hey, buddy, you're not so hot.
You're not so what?
Hot.
I have a mind read, Chaim, that it's painful for you to hear that. Is that true?
No.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. So I didn't intend to cause pain.
I'm relieved.
Thank you, Remy. You did a good job today. I'm gonna go.
Do you want to do a bit of surprise and learnings for a minute before you go?
Well,
Or what?
I have, yeah, I have a satisfaction with the work we did, and especially with Remy's leading. Yeah, I'm super impressed. Yeah, and I was surprised that I'm a little bit more clear about what I want.
Do you want to name it?
Yeah, that I want to hold meetings and not putting any responsibility on anyone else except for myself. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Sharing.
I want to tell Chaim something else. The only reason why I didn't invite you to my group is because I want Shifani to join, and Shifani right now is finding you really difficult. So I don't think she'll join a group with you in it.
That's a mind read.
No, I think she said it, that she doesn't want
Okay.
it. Well, I'm not sure if she said it or not, but she said some things I've interpreted to mean that.
Okay, bye guys. Thank you.
Bye. Do you know what you want to do, Ben?
I was kind of provoking Chaim deliberately a bit on that call.
You want to acknowledge that?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
A bit disappointed in myself.
You're grieving something?
Yeah. Yeah, that I slipped into being harsh towards Chaim.
Do you have any clue why you did that? What you were looking for?
I think I wanted to take revenge on him.
how does it feel now to acknowledge that you felt revenged and you wanted to express that?
Hmm. Well, I'm glad that I'm expressing it because I'm glad I'm acknowledging it because it means I can do something differently next time if I acknowledge it now.
Hmm. I'm touched you share, Ben. If I connected to you.
Hmm. Well, when I brought in that difference about enjoying online spaces, I thought that would wind Chaim up if I didn't ask to bring in a difference, but I didn't feel like asking to bring in a difference in the first place. I just felt like saying it. So it wasn't exclusively to wind Chaim up. I was just doing what I felt like doing, and it happened to wind Chaim up. What are you thinking? What's going on for you?
I was abstaining from saying anything because I was fearing that I would come from a place of wanting to educate you.
Mm.
And I'm glad I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I think I was getting closer to what I want and what's happening for me, which is some kind of a grieving. But I wasn't yet in a place of being able to grieve without blaming you. But that's my intent. I want to be able to grieve without blaming you.
Yeah.
And I felt touched that you asked.
Mm.
What I was thinking of.
Mm.
I felt close to you.
Yeah.
Just checking the time. I think it's time.
Okay.
Last word.
Blue.
Red. Bye for now. Thank you, Ben.